It's Little Dot Day at Gjika Guitars and Amps.
Just you doing a video?
Well, we did one for the big dots. Why not do one for the little dots?
Okay. This room is a complete disastrous mess.
Well, at least you get to work indoors for this part, huh?
What I'm doing is very tedious here. These things are a pain in the.
The pencil lead thingies.
Yeah, this is fiber paper. It's what Leo Fender used in the 50s because it's all they had. And I have no idea how they cut it. I really don't, because you can't nip this stuff. If you nip it, it shatters. It's a real pain in the ass.
Hence the...
Yeah, I'm putting them in this neck right now. There's a lot of time involved in this.
Oh, measuring them out is real... I heard you say...
They're in these necks now, Michelle, over here. They're in these necks already. This one to go. I have a template I use.
Ooh, look at those filleted headstones.
I usually don't drill through the template. I usually just get my dots.
Get your dot there.
My dot started on the lines, because no two radiuses wind up in the same place, because, well, it's hard to explain. But what happens is, when these are a board, my necks are much thicker than a Fender. This way, they end up at 30 thousandths bigger. Okay, this way. So this board starts out at bigger than 1.5 inches. It gets planed. That 2 weeks go by, it gets planed again. I see which way it turns, and then I decide which is the top and the back. Obviously, I want this on the top. And one of the last times it gets dealt with is it's 60 thousandths over 1 inch. Then it's cut out into a neck. And then I do a lot of work like the truss rod installation and all that stuff. And then I bring this down in 2 stages. Okay? And I leave myself about 10 thousandths or so here. Okay? Why? Well, because when you now take and you carve the back of this neck, that's the last time on this neck you can affect the structure of the wood as to where it's sitting to be perfect. Okay, so after that's done and it's shaped, I flip it back over, I enact the truss rod. I saw a guy trying to make a statement about how great two-way truss rods are, because he said, can you imagine if your neck went backwards, what could you do? It reminded me of Spinal Tap. Where can you go from 10? And I thought to myself, why don't you use a good piece of wood, and what gauge strings do you have that your neck's going the other way, But anyway, the real answer to that is you tighten your rod a little bit before your final planing, and you put a little relief into the neck, perfect relief, and a little tail off, okay? And that's with no rod. And then when you put the strings on, the rod just needs to be touched to counteract the strings. But you should have some relief in your board. Now a factory guitar can't do that. They just rip these on a conveyor belt sander, and it's done and over with. But anyway, so
that's a partially radiused top.
It's almost there. It needs its final little just detailed touches. Look at the wood on this one.
Is that knots?
No, this is Whitey's.
Whitey's.
Look how big the quarter shell grains are.
Wow, that's
and on the back, look at it. It's insane.
I see a little bit of some flame.
Well, it's got a lot of flame. When the finish hits it, it'll flame out nice.
And yeah, once you get the curve on there too, on the back.
But anyway, back to the nightmare
of the small dot.
Dots. I mean, I make marking them a little harder than it needs to be, because, like I said, I like to be.
You want them perfect.
Exactly 125 thousandths down on center from the edge of this, and I'm about where that's going to be, because it's going to be different now. Now it's not going to change straight. It's going to change that it'll be a little lower here for some tiny bit of relief carved in. It'll be a little lower down here, so I can sort of adjust my straight line to that so that when the neck is done and the dots are all filed in, they look even on the side of the neck. But anyway, back to this stuff. So what I do is first I just give it a rough flat like that, okay?
The pencil lead thing.
Yeah, and then I just get a turn started on it, and then I come over here right?
And fling it across the room.
No, it won't go there. Famous last words, and my fingers will still be there when I'm done. This is the only way I've ever figured out how to cut this stuff.
Without destroying it.
Yeah, see what it does here? It shatters.
We try
no matter
clipping
what
it.
you forget clipping it. But even if you try to use a fine saw or whatever, you know. And then I come over here and I just straighten the edge. I cut a little bit so my hammer doesn't. Okay.
Shatter
I'm
it.
coming over here now. All right. So you want to go over here? Over here. And it stays difficult all the way through until it's finally in. It's a pain in the butt. Okay. This stuff. Why I use it, I don't know. I've used all kinds of things in my life, but
what else have you used?
I'll tell you in a minute. Let me just get this one in. You can
All
see
right.
how aggravating it is. See, if it wasn't this fiber paper, you can take the long rod and just push it in and then clip it off.
Tippity tap tap tap. Is that that's the hammer that your dog chewed?
A dog chewed this hammer 40 years ago, and I still have it.
It's a sentimental hammer, isn't it?
It is, yes it is. I came in and saw him sitting there with my favorite fretting hammer.
Did he get yelled at?
I don't even remember. Okay, so,
Well, you got it taken away from him, no doubt.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
there
that's
you
how
go.
you get one in.
That's how you get one of
Okay,
these
let me
in.
get it to
The rest of it will
focus on
get filed off very carefully because this stuff is it's like an egg, you know.
Like
You
working
know,
with an
and
eggshell.
it's not old. It's fairly current stuff, you know.
Alrighty.
All right, so you asked me what I've used before. I've used everything from I used to, one of my favorite things was pure silver rod on the
Sterling
on the
silver
really
rod?
yeah on the really nice rosewood board guitars, Brazilian rose boards. It come out gleaming. I mean, you could see it from the stage.
Wouldn't it
It's
tarnish
shining.
then, or does it stay good?
It does. It tarnishes, but it's on the board, so there's no lacquer on it. So when you steel wool a little,
You
can
bring it
shine
back to shine.
Yeah, you can shine it up. And I've used stuff like this, which is beautiful to look at.
This is the most beautiful thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get that.
I'm
in the
gonna
light.
get it. I gotta get it at the right light. Okay, I want to turn it a little so I catch the light. Turn it the other way.
What do you want me to turn it?
Turn it the other way.
This way?
Yes, that way. So it catches the light. This is the mother of pearl,
Yeah.
and you did the big dots with the mother of pearl as well.
Yeah, on this
Nice.
guitar, yeah.
It was so beautiful.
Well,
It's
the
just
problem,
fantastic.
the problem with it, you can't see this on the stage.
Yeah, because it's too bright against
You know,
the
and I
light.
put the pearl pick in this one. You know.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just had this idea when I was building this one 25 years or so ago that, you know, with the blonde finish, which has yellowed substantially, it was a lot whiter. With the blonde finish and the white and all the white, that, you know.
Well, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and it was a mistake. It's flat out a mistake. It's beautiful to play around the house, but you step on the stage with this.
And those dots
And-
disappear in the dark.
Yeah, and the funniest thing is you never look. I mean, you can play like a blind person. You don't look. When you start thinking about it, then you get confused. I mean, a lot of early guitars I built was sort of a badge of honor to have no dots, because I was building guitars for guys from the conservatory, and they were going to electrics, and they were classical players. And they were like, dots? No dot, please, no dots on my. So I built all
It's
these.
easier with
Yeah,
no
all these
dots.
beautiful guitars with no dots, and with just crazy Brazilian grains and stuff, you know. But and I still have some, and I play them like it's nothing. I don't think about it. But I don't know. I guess when you get older, you want those dots. You want to see. You got enough on your mind. You want to see where you are quick.
That's got such a gorgeous flame on the neck.
Yeah, this is a wicked guitar. It's dirty right now because I finger pick, you know.
That's your Band of Gypsies
This
guitar.
is basically, this is most of the time is open G now with the way my guitars are now, or it's E flat, slide and guitar in E flat standard. This one never goes to C sharp or D. Or
That's
E.
of that super light piece of swamp ash that you
Yeah, it's
soaked
too
in the
light.
bathtub.
It's a happier sound because it's so light, so that the open G with a heavy slide is great. With a glass slide, it's real nice. But I prefer a slightly heavier body for Vastropole tuning because
Okay.
it just needs more girth,
Well, that's a beautiful guitar. And it has the oddball dot.
Right, but I've used all kinds of
So back to the dots.
dot material. Look at this one. And these, of course, are
That's the walnut dots.
walnut, yeah. Nowhere near as hard to do as this shit right here.
Well, they were pretty painstaking, if I recall.
Yeah, I mean, you could just use the modern plastic and you just push it in and then snip it off. Push it in and snip it off. It's so easy, it's not even funny.
Yeah, plastic is plastic.
But this is like what they used in the 50s because it's what they had, The fillets are done on all of these, huh?
Yeah, they look wonderful.
Nice. Okay, I got to get back to work because I got to get that one and this one done. Peace
Dot
out.
day. Little dot day.
Yep.
Bye, y'all.